infrastructure reform in China. I'm just sharing to you today about the Chinese experience. Today we're looking at how the nation that was 15 years ago has turned into one of the biggest giants in the world. So let's see what we can do here. Okay, China Railway Group basically is a state-owned company. It is a government of China company. We are listed in Hong Kong and Shanghai, and we are also the biggest construction company in the world by revenue, and a turnover of $100 billion a year. We are involved in 68 countries, mainly in infrastructure, urbanization development, and we are basically doing economic growth all over the world. And I'm very honored to say that our business development division in Kuala Lumpur, we have a smart city division, which is the driver for all the economies. And I have to tell you that in our office, the smart city, we are working with all the architects all over the world, especially that we are developing in Istanbul, we are developing also in Kuala Lumpur, we are also involved in Sarawak, our flower area. We are also involved in Indonesia on the reform of the Jakarta. We are also involved in London now, looking at the new Thames area. And these are the areas that we are trying to replicate what we have done in China. So in our motto, we don't look for projects, we create projects. So this is what I think everybody knows about what smart city is all about. It's making the world a better place to live. We are trying to create a new ecosystem, a new future design to complement the advancement of technology in terms of combat climate change and economic enabler. I have to tell you, I'm an architect. There's a beauty of it, because I think I'm the only architect here. And we have been working a lot on the smart cities with all the other famous architects, Zaha Hadid, well, the late Zaha Hadid, and other architects in all over the world. I don't need to talk much about smart city because everybody here is an expert. Let's look at what we're trying to do here. This is China. It's one of the biggest companies in the world. We have, after 15 years of urban transformation, to become one of the largest economies in the world, 10 years of HSR transportation network for infrastructure reform. China has really taken it seriously because it is a national agenda, how to drive the economy. So this is what the Smart City program in China, 311 cities all over the world, all over China, was launched at the same time. And this is what you get. What they're trying to do, this is Tianjin actually. We were involved in the first high-speed train from Beijing to Tianjin. This is creating a fantastic reform in Tianjin. It displaced 5 million people from Beijing to Tianjin. And this is the high-speed train revolution in China. I think we make 65% of the China Railway high-speed train in China, and that changed the whole scenario of the whole China. This is how the smart city model, it is basically a new model for urbanization. In China, it is a national agenda, how to create a smart city with new ideas, a model of urbanization to create a city, new applications and transformation urbanization. It is basically needs for the low urban and sustainable urban development. The ministry take it seriously. This is what I would like to say. We should be looking at it seriously as a smart city to drive the economy. It is basically from there. This is what China did. And the 8 ministries was put up together, and they found out the solution for how to drive China. 312 smart cities at the same time. It's like when you take a piece of paper, you drop your ink on it. Within a few minutes, the paper is full. So that's what they're trying to do. And the reform for all the cities, they're creating every smart cities everywhere in Beijing, Shanghai, everywhere. That's the driver for the economy. So when you look at, this is 311 altogether. Every city has got their own priorities. It's not the same. Every city, they have done their studies, they have got their priorities in terms of what the smart city they want. And the model, they have 3 different models. Basically, the comprehensive model is everywhere. Then they have, this is because of the communists, and also because of the leadership model, they have that for the city. People-oriented smart city. This is the first thing that you do because they value the people. This is basically what we want to do, to create a people-oriented smart city. It's all about that. And then I would not want to bore you too much because they are going to bring it very soon. People-oriented, green, low carbon. This is all the things that they were focusing earlier. They started in 2013 now almost 5 years. Almost 5 years. I think they are almost successful in terms of all the smart cities. Most of it is focusing on public services, 80% online. That's why in China, the ecosystem is so good for online. So that's why you can see Jack Ma and all these people, they're doing very well in China. And also all the others. You never heard of a company called 10 cents. Now they are more than 10 cents. And these companies are all one of the biggest companies in the world. Talking about Guangzhou, they have their own priorities in terms of how they want to do it. And then in terms of all the other cities, they have focuses on smart cities in terms of tourism, in terms of transportation, environment, healthcare. They have got their own priorities. And in terms of transportation, I have to tell you, in China, they really showcase everything that you can see in the world in China. They want to show to the people that the best are done in China. That's why you can see all the architects, all the best architects in the world, and even all the designers in the world are in China. At the end of the day, this is what we're looking at. Public cities, transportation, environmental protection, education system. This is a thing that is connected directly to the people. And this is what concerns them most, the people-oriented value model. I don't think we don't want too smart, because sometimes you will lose your job. So in China, they have 1.4 billion people. They need the job. So whatever you can say about digital economy and things like that, the job comes in first. So how the smart city works in terms of the ecosystem, I think they're all experts here. Let's see what we can look about. This is the most important thing today, actually.
The bell and rung, right? Okay.
Twice.
So can you please just wind up?
Okay, this is the one that everybody's looking at. Indicators. How to drive the economy. How do you make sure the smart city is moving at the right time? They're moving at the way that you want it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.